So we are at this property to do a escrow inspection on the HVAC system. Let's go take a look. So I already took this off, but walking up, we already see that they tied this directly into transite. And then what actually happens is the temperature of these furnaces with this inducer draft motor is lower. When the exhaust hits it, it actually creates this fluid that drips all the way down and comes into your furnace and causes issues with it. There is no sediment trap. This gas valve was not replaced when the furnace was. That's not necessarily an issue, just kind of lower quality work. This drain is plugged up with some paper towels. This vent right here needs to be higher than where our drain pan sits. Here we've got our outdoor unit. You got an old disconnect like this. Probably just leave it be, don't replace it, because these things will last a long time. This honestly looks surprisingly clean, all things considered. And blower wheel, very slightly dirty. Started, oh shit, my hand is, hell, that sucks. All right guys, crisis temporarily averted. Let's get this thing started up. All right, there's your fan motors running. My surface igniter working. Gas valve working. The same fluid that's dripping down the outside of the pipe is going to be coming down the inside. It's going to be all up in here inside of our issues. This one's from 2011. This is 2012. Oh, this is our 22 still. Holy crap. Someone in the comments wants to clarify why we see Goodman and Payne. I think the latest one I've seen for both of them is 2016. So I've only seen that. I didn't ever see that in Arizona, only in Southern California. It's all running. Fan is definitely operational. All right, YouTube, you convinced me. I've got a little gap right here. You can see up in there. I'm gonna try and do a combustion analysis in there, see what we got. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this, but it's not high. It's definitely not high. I'm gonna take a quick peek at the ductwork and see what we're working with up there. All the ductwork is made of Alumaflex. See that? This is all the supply ductwork. I don't know if that's common in other parts of the country, but for homes built like the 80s and 90s in San Diego, this was used a lot. The problem is if it gets crushed once, it's basically ruined. All right, we are running. Definitely sounds like she's running pretty hard, but I mean she's not running good. High quality repair work right here. I'm not even gonna bother testing this. We'll take an amp draw. The fan is 1.2, compressor's 13.5. Both those are under what they're rated for. Our coil looks pretty clean. I don't know what the hell that is. Maybe some kind of surge protector. Yeah, so there is, it looks like engine oil from a car inside this return cavity. 16.3. I actually don't know what this thing should be. 17.5, 20. 17.5, I think we're good, but if it's 20, we're definitely not. Man, I can't see it. Let's see. It's a little trick. Take your phone, put on video, brightness on, and then usually you can get a good enough angle. Damn it. Looks like I'm gonna have to bust out the 90-bit. 20 MFD. 90-bit. It's nice because I can just loosen it just like that. Boom. Let me just go and hit this. So we'll tighten this thing back on just like this. Good thing we checked that. That is dirty. That was told to me by the prospective buyer that this was going to be dirty. So I'm making sure we checked that. Just got to grab this ladder, say my goodbyes, and we're good to go. Same way we found it. Same way we found it. We'll put this stuff back here. Because this was here. This was here. And this was here. And then this was here. Everything. Just about like that. Everything's how we found it. And we're good to go. If you're buying a house, should you get the HVAC system inspected by a HVAC guy? It depends. If it was a blanket statement, then my answer is yes. The age of an HVAC system does not really matter. The age, the efficiency, there's a lot of things that really just don't matter that much. The install is what's going to determine whether or not an HVAC system is going to do well for a home. You will have more issues with the system if it's not installed well. Nowadays, it seems like these components, compressors, heat exchangers, blower motors, they're all kinds of sensitive. I've seen more compressors failing on systems that are in warranty than out of warranty here, if that puts anything in perspective. And most of the compressor failures I've seen on systems in California are in like the 1 to 3 year range. So that's going to be mostly due to installation error. Here's the route I would recommend you go if you're a homeowner and you're watching this video. If you are buying a house, it doesn't matter how old the system is, either you or your real estate agent, who should have a relationship hopefully with an HVAC contractor, should take a bunch of pictures of the equipment inside and outside and send that to an HVAC contractor. Any HVAC contractor that knows what they're doing is going to be able to look at a picture and tell you if a bunch of steps were skipped in the install. Now, they're not going to be able to tell you everything from a picture. Sometimes you see a picture and the install looks good at face value, and then you dig in and it's bad. For the most part, you're going to be able to differentiate between, hey, this was done very poorly, and B, this was done very well. There is obviously gray area in between there, but most of the time it's one or the other. After you send your HVAC contractor these pictures and say, hey, do you see problems with this? If they say yes, you need to get them out to inspect it. That's how I would go about it. Don't have to follow my advice. I've had tons of times where I get contacted, I just bought this house, AC, blah, 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 blah. Especially on flipped homes. They do some jacked up stuff when they replace ACs in flips. They use the absolute cheapest contractor. Sometimes on a flip, they'll go as far as to buy the equipment themselves and then have their in-house guys, if they're a general contractor, they'll have them replace it. And I mean, man, like, I have seen the most messed up stuff on homes that are flipped. Thanks for watching. If you liked what you watched, if you got some knowledge from it, leave a like. And if you like HVAC videos, go ahead and subscribe, because we will keep putting them out. We do HVAC work, that's all we do. I don't really have any plans of diving into another industry at this point.